Hey everyone, what's happening? So yeah, Brighton 2, Liverpool 2, and frustration's the word really, isn't it? Particularly in a game where you get ahead, 2-1 ahead, that Ryan Gravenberch chance where he has it back post, left-footed, goals gaping, comes back off the woodwork. That one, you talk a lot when games end, it's easy to look back on particular moments as being turning points. Their forward missing that huge one at the end, I think might actually be another one that we look back on and go, well, listen, we could have lost that game. Depends on your perspective and what you're looking for. Liverpool would have goal down. It was a moment of madness between Van Dijk and McAllister. For me, McAllister just caught a little bit flat-footed. He really, really heavily pressed. You've got three guys around him. It's how Liverpool play. It's how it's expected to play. I've seen a number of conversations in comments while we've been doing the shows today about how you need a proper number six. And yeah, I think Liverpool need a perfect number six is what they need, and I'm not sure how many of those are available on the market. So in the meantime, we've clearly chosen to go with a good footballer, and my contention here is the mistake that he makes is not a mistake because he's not a proper defensive midfielder. Like, because McAllister isn't a destroyer, that's not why that's a problem. He's used to picking the ball up in really tight areas. You get less time when you're playing further up the pitch, which he's obviously used to doing. He's played in that position plenty of times. It's a moment where you see it. He looks to his left to look for the pass and then gets blindsided on the right-hand side. It's one of those things that happens in footy. I think it's on him, and maybe a little thing on the pass from Van Dijk, but I'd say it's on McAllister. Bit of a brain fart, and he pays for it. And that was kind of the nature of the game. It was very, very finely poised. There's two good teams. I wouldn't suggest that, we've had a couple of games this season where you want to know definitively that Liverpool are back to their very best. And what we've had is a couple of results that tell you that we're not right back to being where we were three seasons ago or 2 seasons ago. But then that's kind of to be expected. Klopp talks about this being year one. It's not year 8, it's year 1 again. And for me, I'm not totally devastated by these kind of results because I think when you're in a title challenge with City and you're good enough, then it's so frustrating when you drop any points because that could cost you the title, whereas I never felt that Liverpool were at that level. I'm still pleasantly surprised that we're as good as we are given how utterly rubbish we were last year. I still feel the positivity of what we've been able to reboot. The injuries and suspensions bit a little bit today. Cody Gakpo, look, it's an injury, it happens, but the Diogo Jota suspension, which is made all the more frustrating by the fact that the second yellow was deemed by the independent panel that it wasn't a yellow card, let alone the first one, which just wasn't. So Jota shouldn't be suspended, but he is suspended because it was 2 yellows and there's no way to look back on that. Look, them's the rules for everyone, but not having that one other guy we could have really freshened the attack up with kind of came back to bite us, and obviously no Jones, etc, etc. Brighton are a good team. They're a good team at home. I've seen a lot of people pointing to them losing 6-1 to Villa as though somehow they're crap. It's not how football works. Teams lose random one-off games. Brighton have been in a bit of a slump of late, to be sure, but they've been our kryptonite, and I'm not certain that their style of football was what caused Liverpool problems today, and I actually think that's a note of encouragement. Look, yes, the high press caused us a problem in the McAllister thing, but that you can play that McAllister, I think, 10 times, and 9 times out of 10 he probably deals with it better than that. It's a little bit of sloppiness from a set piece. I wouldn't say that was something that you would say is how Liverpool were undone, by Brighton. Fundamentally, a lack of energy and a lack of endeavour in our midfield is not the reason why we conceded that. So I would suggest there's not huge clear-cut swathes of promise to be taken from the results, the points that we've dropped this season, that definitively tell you we're going to be back to being a title challenging side. No, but that was much better. That was much better against Brighton than it certainly was in any of the performances against them last year. We could have won that. We could have lost it. Draw's probably a fair on the balance of play. There's a sense of frustration because you've gone ahead and then not won it, but again, I'm sure Brighton feel exactly the same way as that. So yes, I thought it was a really good performance again from Gravenberch. Shame he doesn't get that goal that he richly deserved. A couple of goals with Salah again, good to see him back up and running. Thought Matip was great at the back. Alisson absolutely brilliant in goal for us, and yeah, McAllister, to his credit, I think he turned his performance around. He had a really tricky first half, but second half the best play when we really started to pair. He was central to that. So yeah, it leaves Liverpool going into the international break not chock full of optimism, but there's still plenty of positives to take from this stretch. I think mission for this season is stay in contention in the top four. Try and stay in the top four. Now, at the moment, yeah, we're going to finish the weekend with third in the league. We're going to stay in the top four going into that international break. Good. That's a good staging ground to be in. We want to get to Christmas in the top four. And then if you can then improve your points per game moving forward, when things have gelled, maybe we had a better, more, suitable number 6 in January, whatever. The point is, Liverpool are not going to be a 99-point team this season, so we need to enjoy the ride, take what we can, and hopefully, with the room to improve, with the coaches we've got and the real talent that we've got in this squad now, Liverpool should improve, and I really guarantee they will do. But yeah, look, it's annoying. It's 2-2 when we could have been winning 2-1. We could have seen that game out and got 3 points and be sat here marvelling at our brilliance. I don't think that drawing away at Brighton is something that should totally undercut that, if I'm being honest. But it is what it is. Right, that's it from me. If you want more from me, check out the YouTube channel. I'll be doing player rankings and your reactions to it. And if you want more in-depth chat content, player ratings podcast and the instant match reaction podcast streaming live on redmenplus.com as well. Anyway, thank you so much. I'll see you all soon. Up the Reds.